Welcome back, guys. Sorry, progress is still a little bit slow here in the shop, so update videos might take a while to come out. Anyway, I don't really have a plan for this video. I'm kind of just looking at stuff that seems interesting to fix and fixing it. So yeah, just bear with me. Might be a little bit chaotic. Anyway, this is what I've been busy with. I've disassembled the two steering columns completely. And I can't explain how convenient it is to have a donor car, because on the one column a bunch of stuff was broken, and on the other column a bunch of other stuff was broken, but between the two of them I have one good set of parts with which I can assemble one good steering column. For example, the steering wheel is uncracked, but it came from this rusty column. This one, however, is like cracked everywhere, but it came from this unrusted column, so I can just swap them around and have one good set of parts. Anyway, this one was like just scuffed up a little bit, and I sanded it down with some 360 grit and then with some 600 grit, and I kind of liked the matte finish, so I just took some silicone stuff and sprayed it on and wiped it down, and now I have like a nice and matte looking steering wheel, and it's quite grippy as well. I kind of like how this came out. If you want it to be shiny, do the same, just like sand it down until it's like somewhat smooth, and then you can take a heat gun and heat up the plastic and it will actually like turn shiny black like this again. But yeah, I kind of like how this matte look came out, so I'm gonna be leaving it that way. Anyway, in terms of disassembling the columns itself, just get yourself a steering wheel puller. They're really cheap, and they save you a lot of effort. Like, if this column isn't in the car, it's really hard to pull off a steering wheel. Even in the car it's difficult, so just get one and pull it off. In terms of disassembling the steering columns themselves, it's not really that technical. Just unfasten everything and pull it out. However, to get this like turn signal cams out with the wiring, you need to take the plug off the terminals first, and that might be a little bit tricky. I took a pop rivet and just like sanded it flat so that it's really thin, because you have to like stick it in at the side of a terminal into a little slit and bend down the little barbs so that you can just like pull it out of the plug. Just be careful, don't break the plugs and stuff. But yeah, between those two I'll repair it and put it back onto a good plug, and well, put it back into here before I put on a good plug. But anyways, we'll get to that down the road. I don't think I'm going to film any of it because it's kind of straightforward, clean it up, fix it, put it back. Oh, this also, I think this is worth mentioning. So on the back of the steering wheels you have this little copper plate which runs on a wheel over here. This one's broken, by the way, but it runs on a little wheel for the horn. Now as you can see on this one, it has like this insulating material which prevents it from touching the inside of a steering wheel and subsequently closing the circuit and making your horn go off. Now this one completely disintegrated. This is like what's left of it. This one, however, only had a few cracks, so I just epoxied that up. So I'll be putting this one back on and then putting the collar back over here. Now you can try smashing this on with a hammer. I tried for like 5 minutes with this one and I just didn't get anywhere. So what I ended up doing is you grab it on this like little standoff with a bit of pliers, take the torch, heat it until it's red hot, and then you can literally just like push it over with the pliers and it will cool down and stick there. So yeah, do that. It will save you a lot of effort. I can't remember which direction this should be, but this little standoff, if you look at it from this way, should either be like 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Again, I can't remember what it's going to be, but it should be straightforward. Just make sure it's like in between the cam. Yeah, also this horn pad, I'm going to be using this horn, and this pad goes there, but you can see they've cut out the center and they've like squished in this aftermarket horn thing. I don't know why. They probably lost the original badge and wanted to put in something else. And I don't want to replace this with a new one because they're expensive. It's like $100 and something US to replace this, and they're hard to find secondhand as well. But coincidentally, this inner diameter of this ridge is almost exactly the same as the outer diameter of this little badge. So I'm going to be cutting this open, cutting this off at the back and retrofitting this in here and putting the badge into here, and it will look quite nice actually, like you wouldn't even notice it. But again, not going to film any of that. It's not very intriguing. So I'm going to get to work, start putting this back together. I'm probably gonna sandblast that column off camera and repaint it and stuff. And oh, there's one more thing. I don't think it's gonna be in this video, like me finishing the steering column, because as you can see, the threads is absolutely short, so I'll have to take that to a machine shop so that they can repair the threads. But yeah, I just gave you a little rundown of the steering columns and stuff, and I'm gonna fix it, and then I'll catch you guys then. But in between then, I'm gonna find something else to do, so stay tuned. Okay, I slapped together the steering wheel and it looks so good. I finished this retrofitting of the button to the horn pad with a badge laid inside, and it's not a button anymore, it's epoxied in there, but it looks really good. From a distance you can't really tell that it's been modified. And oh yeah, I repaired the wire inside for the horn, and oh, also I found out the position of this little post. So if you have a steering wheel upright and the copper facing towards you, this post should be exactly at the 9 o'clock mark. If the steering wheel is flipped around, it should be at the 3 o'clock. But yeah, upright, copper towards you, post 9 o'clock. And yeah, that's about it for the steering wheel. Gonna put this on the shelf now, get it out of my way. It's also it for tonight because it's dark, I want to go sleep. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow when I have something else to do. Okay, so I finished assembling the steering column, and it looks great. I really enjoyed working on this. It was a lot more fun than some of the other tedious stuff. And as I said I did a lot of work off camera, which included fixing the turn signal switch, sandblasting and spraying the actual components, cleaning out the bearing that goes around the shaft, repacking it with grease, and of course assembling everything. Now here it is in all of its glory, and I really like how it looks. The paint I used is more black. I know it seems like it has a bit of a bronze tint to it, but that's mostly due to the light. Anyways, there was a few wires that I had to replace completely, and I replaced the actual turn signal cam because the other ones were broken. Now you need to be careful removing these broken ones from this post, because if you look at this practice bit here, you can see like I completely messed it up and stuff. So what I ended up doing is I took a knife, I heated it up with a torch and like sliced through it at the side so that it relieves some of the tension around the post, and then you can just slide it off. Luckily I had like a few practice bits. Anyways, it was also quite convenient that I had one of these lying around, because when I repaired the steering column on the Regal, there's two different types of these cams, and I ordered both, and it happens to be the one that remained is the correct one for Barracuda steering columns. So yeah, the thing is, just keep an eye out. These are aftermarket, so as you can see, both wires are red instead of red and white, so be sure to like not mix them up if this will focus one day. And also, if you look at these little wires, you can see they are angled upwards. This is so that they have a spring-loaded contact. Sorry, my fingers are very dirty, but it's so that they have a spring-loaded contact against these little like contacts over there. Now, on this cam, they've installed those wires upside down, and it ended up not making any contact. So I've bent them so that they do touch, and yeah, I just routed it. I wrapped all the wire on the inside with some black material tape. I plugged everything, and I actually plugged it into the Regal. So I plugged out the Regal's turn signal switch and like plugged this one in and tested it, and it works. So everything's wired correctly and working correctly. So yeah, this is assembled and done. The only thing left to do is to clean up this little, if I can get it out, turn signal arm, polish that up a bit, then I'll stick that back in there and tighten it down. I'm not going to put the steering shaft itself back in yet, because as I mentioned, that thread needs to be repaired. So yeah, that's about it for the steering column for now. I'm just waiting for the paint to like harden a bit more, and then I'll wrap it with something and put it on the shelves, and then that's done as well. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I know this was a little bit short, but my time is running. My time is running out in Namibia. I'm leaving next week Wednesday, and it's currently like Thursday, so not gonna have a lot of time to work this weekend. I need to pack my stuff. So I think that's about it for now in terms of videos. I might be coming back in December for Christmas and New Year's. I'll see if I can work a bit then. Otherwise, only next year. So thank you guys for watching and stuff. And to like conclude this little video and make up for some time, I'm gonna put in all the bloopers that we had until now in this little segment. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and stay tuned because we'll get back to this. Cheers, guys.
2, 3.
Sorry, another cutout. We only have about 6 minutes of filming before the phone runs out of space for a set video, so we need to restart the video. Anyway, I was saying, unfortunately.
Daarom is so erg, kon erger wees. Maar ja, dis 'n jammerte. Maar ek meen, hey, daarom kan ek nie. Oh hell, I know.
Okay, cool. I always wanted to do this.
O, yes, my phone het gekak, byt vas. Jesus.
This is even more entertaining. There's a rock inside. Old cars are like a treasure chest. You just find random stuff in random places. Look at this. A whole welding electrode inside the rock rail. No idea how it got there, but it's there. Also, if I can get this out, a baggie. Assuming it's a weed baggie, but yeah, nice. Never mind.